just wing it. Let's go.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Fired up.
Firing it up. Ready to go. We're back. Rick, welcome back.
Mustafa, how is everything going?
Oh, man, it's been a beautiful month. We had the whole month of August here, a little bit of July that we just finished up with. How's your month been?
It was great. I thought that good thing the rain stopped because I thought I was going to have to rowboat in. I mean, I cannot believe the rain we had in July.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
But believe it or not, with the rain brought a lot of people in the castles, though.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people we smoked a lot of cigars. We had a lot of cigars.
Having a lot of fun here at the castle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know I don't say it too much, but we are over here on Hamburg Street. If you're familiar with Rotterdam, it's the old liquor store, the old Vineyard. It's 2,600 square foot of nothing but pure fun.
That's right. That's
and,
right.
And networking.
Yes. Yes.
And the people that you meet here are just, you just can't beat it, man. Leaps and bounds here with all the people. And I'm sure in the past podcast too, I'm sure you heard me say it.
Yeah.
But, you know, you've been coming around, you know what's going on here. And
right.
It's just the greatest, man. It was the greatest chess move I made.
Mm.
You know?
I like that. I like that.
I consider business like a chess thing.
Okay.
Well, wait, before we get into that,
yes.
First thing we got to do is because we gotta light our cigars, all right? Because we gotta get rolling with that. So, what are you smoking tonight?
Today I'm smoking Pure Evil from Gurkha.
Pure Evil from Gurkha.
Yes. Now, there's a little bit of a mixed bag in here. We have Dominican, we have a little Ecuadorian, all in one nice package here. We're gonna notice some notes of a little spicy and then some nut in there all at once.
Nutmeg.
Nutmeg.
Yes. They put in there, yeah.
Yeah.
But
so it's a lot going on here. Apparently, this is a classic cigar that they brought back, and they changed the recipe a little bit, but people are still loving it.
Yeah, Gurkha's been around a long time. In fact, I'll tell you what, that Gurkha was Gurkha Ghost was the first cigar I ever smoked.
The Gurkha Ghost.
Gurkha Ghost.
Okay.
And I was on that for a while. So I went heavy Maduro right off the rip. You know, a lot of guys, you know, will start off with like a light Connecticut wrap. A lot of guys start out with some sweets because they're not so, you know, you don't get that heavy Maduro pushing. And but yeah, that was the first one I smoked. So if you're smoking a Gurkha, Gurkha's been around. And our rep, John Toscano, I got to tell you, he is just phenomenal. He came in here, we talked, anything I wanted at any time, he just did. He sponsored my golf tournament last May. Unbelievable what he did for us. Right. So that's an all-in guy.
And that's why his poster's sitting right up there.
Right there is Gurkha. I mean, you know, I can't the words what he did for the golf tournament, you know. And also like this Sunday we're doing a fundraiser for one of my buddies who's been in the hospital for like almost going on 4 months now, and a lot of people have come forward, and John again sent a bunch of stuff up so we can raffle off to raise some money for him.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, you can't beat it. So that's business partnership one-on-one right there. Right. You know. So let's fire it up. I'm smoking the Punisher. I know everybody knows I smoke the Punisher. I don't know what else to say. I've smoked them all. I've smoked a lot. If I'm out of this cigar, it's a real rough run for me, and that's what I learned in the cigar business. That, you know, listening to the people, what they like. And I got one gentleman, he loves it to box. Okay. And if I'm out, and I understand, that's why I gotta try to keep him in at all times. Because if it's out of it, I know how he feels now. not having your cigar. It's not good. So let's fire it up.
Not having your Punisher, that was quite a ride. That was, what was that, 2 months almost?
It was not a good run, man. And then what I do is I have a Rocky Patel lighter.
Yes.
I carry the Rocky Patel lighters there.
Mhm.
You know, I think if anybody doesn't know, I also run a jewelry store. So I've had that for a little over 30 years now, and I like things a little nicer.
Yes.
So this is a Rocky Patel. It's a 5-flamer.
Hmm.
They got a great line of stuff. So if you're ever online and you're looking at their stuff, great stuff.
Right.
You know, lifetime warranty with it.
Right.
I like it because it gets right to the point. Watch this baby. Look at that. You can hear it. Hear that?
Hmm.
It's great.
Beautiful. And you play with it a lot. You
Yeah,
keep
you know, in the cigar world, I learned a lot. You know, having your accessories and how you like to cut your cigar and what gauge of cigar you like, all that stuff. One episode we'll do something like on golf. Golf. I have golf on my mind. Imagine that. It's not even Sunday yet, but I'm thinking about it. But we'll do a thing on etiquette
Yes.
of cigar smoking.
Mm.
You know, because there is an art to it.
Yes.
You know,
And
so
that brings up a pretty good point. There's these unwritten rules with cigar smoking and how to light it, how to smoke it, how to approach somebody that's smoking a cigar. You know, there's a lot going on there. And if you're coming into the cigar world, one of the most important things that you can do in this world is networking. You have to network.
have to network.
It does not matter if you're shy. It does not matter if you're insecure. Be somebody else for 2 hours. Be somebody else. It doesn't matter. Pretend to be that person for a couple hours. Sit down and talk to somebody with a cigar.
You know, this cigar has brought me the greatest people in the world. It was a hidden treasure.
Yes.
You know, and everybody is nothing but gold in here. You can get information from 100 guys. Imagine all that information with 100 guys, and you just pick and choose what you want to pick out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You can't get that.
No.
You're not going to get that in any book. You're not going to get it in any college.
No.
From my experience.
Right. Right.
You know, before I opened this place, that's what I did. I was around all of them, and I said, wow, there's something really great here. And that's how we hooked up.
That's right.
You know, like I said, I'll tell the story real quick because it might be another podcast, but I keep it fresh. You know, Mustafa, you were at 27?
27.
27, and, you know, I'm an old guy now. I'm going to be 62. And he said, Rick, we got to do a podcast. And I said, podcast? What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I don't know about all this techie microphone stuff and all this. He goes, I got that. You got this, I got that. And here we are.
That's
I mean,
right.
that's what I'm talking about. You come into a cigar shop like this one and watch what happens.
Right.
You're going to leave going, wow, I should have done this years ago. And you can even come in here if you didn't smoke a cigar.
That's right.
I have no problem with that. You come in,
Mm-hmm.
you know, maybe one day you will, and if you're not going to, that's okay too.
Right.
So,
Yeah. And that's the kind of energy that I love to see. You always are so inviting, you're kind, and that's the people that you bring in here. And I think we spoke about it once before on a podcast. The people who aren't like you, they hate this place. They absolutely hate it. They're like, oh, the Castle Cigar, yeah, what are you going to do? Go over there and have a good time and have a fun conversation with people? Ugh, I don't want that.
yeah, why do I want that?
Oh, God, I'd rather just sit here and be bitter.
There's nothing but laughter and God knows what.
Right.
Like tonight after we get done with this, well, I think, we might throw the cornhole boards out there. Anybody who wants to come up and play,
Yeah.
you don't have to even smoke. Come on up and play.
Right.
It's a beautiful night. The track season, you got a couple more weeks with that. Then we're going into football season.
That's right.
And football season gets cranking in here.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of fun in here football season. So, it's just great. So,
Yeah, you need a place to come, just relax, do your work. There's places for that as well in here.
yeah.
You have space to do what you want to do.
I just implemented a couple chess boards. I'm gonna be working on some chess tournaments.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. I'm working on that next.
Yes. You have a beautiful chess set over there. I'm going to take a picture of that and blow that up here.
Yeah,
Because that is immaculate.
I had to have it. It was it's all hand painted. It's a one of a kind from the Canterbury, and I'm not that great in chess. I gotta say, I can play. I'll challenge anybody. If I lose, hey. But you know what? It's a great game.
Right.
It's a great game to
Yes.
sit down and smoke a cigar and see
Right.
what happens.
See what's going to happen.
And that's what earlier what I said about chess was, you know, business is sort of like chess. The way I put it in my head
Right.
is, you know, at one time I was a pawn.
Mm.
I was a pawn on the chessboard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you don't get a lot of exposure. You know,
Right.
the pawn's like, I knocked you off. See you later, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you started moving into the rook, the knight, the bishop, and the king and queen.
Right.
And each one of those steps, you got to know how to move. It's the same thing in business.
Okay.
You know, same thing in business. You got to know your moves.
Right.
You know, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
You can come into your business every day, but if you don't have somewhat of a little bit of plan to just move it forward, just baby steps.
Right.
And,
Right.
You know, just baby steps,
Mm-hmm.
just little ideas. You could throw 100 ideas out, and maybe one might be great out of it, but that's
Exactly.
okay.
Now you have the one.
I have the one
You have the
that
one.
just went, you know,
Spaghetti on the wall.
spaghetti on the wall, man. Mustafa will never forget that when I said to him, you know, and I learned that from somebody else too. So, and that's how I learned that, because
Right.
you know, and that's why I share that information, because it sticks.
Exactly.
You know, no matter how stupid you think it sounds or this that, throw it out to people.
Yes.
You know, you'll get a reaction.
Right.
You know,
You'll find something there.
and if it's a bad reaction, you go, oh crap, man, that was.
Damn.
But it's okay because now you know, and then you know not to go there. Now you're going to go this way.
Right.
So
Yeah. And that's part of networking is get out of your shell, talk to those people, because these people have the information that we don't have. I went through high school. I went through college. I went through parts of studying on my own. I went through almost every guru that you could think of. I won't tell you the thousands of dollars I spent on gurus, different classes, different courses, different business ideas, models. I could paint you 20 different models right now that they all gave me. I'll give you all the spreadsheets that they gave me. You know what they're used? They're useless because I don't have the people in front of me saying, oh, this is what you do with this model.
and that's what you got here.
That's what I have here is I'll give them a piece of paper. They'll be like, nope, don't need that. Sit down, write this down. Do this, do this, do this, do this. It's like, okay, all right. I'll do whatever you need. And they give me everything that I need to get ahead. Everything that I need to whenever I have a question. I broke out of the shell. I asked a bunch of questions. And look where I am now.
And I remember when you first came in,
Oh,
you
God.
were a little timid, a little shy. You know, you sat over in the corner. You were hiding a little bit. You know,
I was
and
reading
said-
a guru's
but
book.
Yeah, he was reading, and I said, "This guy's got something." And then I come over and I start talking with him, and then boom, here we are doing
Yeah.
a podcast. Well, how many?
Here we are.
This is what? How many?
This is
now?
episode 6.
Episode 6.
So we're 6 months in.
6 months in. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That's a great thing, and we're staying consistent with that too. That's another thing, you know. You just, you know, if you start something, stay with it, because the finish line, you don't know what the finish line is.
That's right.
Your finish line never ends.
That's right.
You know,
We keep pushing it back and pushing it back.
keep pushing that finish line back.
Yeah.
You get stuck, ask.
Mm.
You know, we all get stuck. I got stuck.
Right.
You know, and then I had to get out of my own way and ask.
Yes.
You know, don't be shy.
Right.
You
And
know?
I'd love to give them another shout out. Again, this goes back to networking. The Cigar Guys podcast. Those gentlemen gave me so much information in a 30-minute phone call that he allowed me with him. I cannot thank you enough for what you've done. And also, I saw a video that you posted of our video with you on TikTok. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
We appreciate that.
Yes.
If you're not out there, you're not seeing, you don't know anything, how you going to know?
Right. You'll never know.
You'll never know.
You'll never know unless you ask.
Exactly.
Right. Now,
All
let's
right,
go
so
into this.
What do we got?
How do you introduce yourself or go sit down with somebody when you walk into a cigar shop? You're the new guy, right? You walk into a cigar shop.
Yep.
Don't be you for a minute.
Okay.
Be just the average, run-of-the-mill guy working his job, just got off work, wants a cigar. goes in a cigar shop, doesn't really know anything about cigars, feeling a little nervous. What's the first thing you do when you walk in that shop?
So I'm just gonna walk. I'm walking in. I'm walking into a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything. First thing I try to do is I try to find out who the owner is.
Mm.
You know,
Okay.
because I feel that that person has the most knowledge.
Right.
You know.
Now, let me pause you there. So that's something that you really don't do in a lot of other businesses. Where in a cigar world, that's something you can look for, you can venture out to.
Right.
Okay.
And then from there, you kind of just do some small talk, see where things are at,
Yeah.
and then you're going to get a feel, where you're going with that person.
Mm.
Like are they intrigued by anything? If your conversation is a little bit more than 2 minutes, you're probably on a good path.
Mm.
But you got to give everybody a chance.
Yes. Right.
And I met, if some guy was sitting over there and he overheard some stuff, all of a sudden, they know I'm a jeweler, and then in the cigar world, the information goes pretty quick.
Yes.
As you know, and because people want good information, and all of a sudden, and that's where it all started with me.
Right.
Because I didn't hide. I came right in, and all these new guys that came in here,
Mm-hmm.
I walk right up to them. I thank them for coming. Thank you for coming in.
Right.
And that's what a lot of places have to do. That, not just the cigar business.
Mm-hmm.
And introducing yourself. How you doing? Hi, my name is Rick. Always a handshake.
Yes.
Or a fist pump, whatever.
Right.
But the fist pump was, But I'm old school.
Mm-hmm.
Can't change old school. I like handshakes because handshakes really show the character of a person.
Yes.
And then from there, you take it from there.
Right.
But you gotta crack the ice. I don't know if you remember this or not, but back in the old days, there used to be a game where you hit the ice cubes, and if you hit the one cube, the whole thing would fall.
Yes. Okay.
Do you
All
remember
right.
that game?
Yes.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
Well,
There's just break the ice.
break the ice.
Yeah.
You gotta break the ice.
Okay.
Just
Just little feelers out there here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't think that person doesn't have any information, you're probably wrong. Because just start up and watch what happens.
Right. Right. Yeah.
All the people that are in here now, the networking they do off it, between the construction, the trees, the electricians and plumbers and everybody who's come in here is just incredible.
Yes. Let's not leave the tech guys out of there. Videography, design, marketing, everything. I've spoken to a couple of them in here, and they, again, I can't repay them for the information that they've given me for free. For free. They didn't say, oh, well, I need you to do this for me. I need you to do this. They were just, here you go. Do you have any information for me? You do. Okay, great. If not, they would have said, okay, here's some more information.
Go in, and if someone's not interested in you, after you shake their hand and stuff, you're gonna feel it, you're gonna know it, and then you move to the next one.
Right.
Yeah. Just
break out of the shell.
That's breaking out of the shell. I've been turned down a lot of times.
Right.
And then you go, oh man,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want, because you're uncomfortable now. I don't want to do that again. No.
Right.
You go do it again.
Go do it again.
And do it again, and do it again, and do it again.
Right.
And before you know it, you built a great networking around you.
Yes. And I can absolutely attest to that because 6 months ago, I was a new guy. No one knew who I was. I walked in here today. I think I knew every single person in here.
Yes,
they were just like, oh, Fassa, what's up? I'm like, oh hey.
What's going on? How you been? Everything all right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
How's work going? They're asking me about my job that I talked to him about 3 months ago. I haven't seen him in 3 months. Came back, he knows, hey, how's it going? How's this going? How's the family? How's this? It's like, beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely. Networking. Mm-hmm. That's how you network.
If you increase your network, you'll increase your net worth.
There you go. Love it. And
that's
you know that.
100%.
I know that.
Yeah.
Because if something works, stay with it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We're not reinventing the wheel.
Right.
We're just making the wheel go faster.
Yes.
All right. No flat tires here.
No flat tires. We're going to try it with different kinds of air next time.
That's all you got to do.
Put some helium in there. We'll see what happens.
I don't know if anybody's ever smoked a Punisher out there. A lot of people, They go, "Oh, Rick, how can you smoke that thing?" I go,
Oh God.
"I don't know. It's just my thing."
One
You
day.
know? It's like you tagged yourself.
Mm.
People know
Yes.
that I'm the Punisher.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's other people in here. I know that their name is this and their
Mm.
name is this. You tagged yourself. You marketed yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Branded yourself.
You, that's the word I was looking for.
Yes.
Branding is very important.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Very important. That's why, Castle Cigars, when I had this all in my head, and then my buddy Dan, I said, well, we need a tagline because I've learned that taglines kind of work. Back in the old days, if you go back into all those taglines, and then they went away for a little while, but then they came back nice and strong. Because everything kind of goes in cycles. But the taglines are huge, like Castle Cigars, Royal Smokes for Royal Folks. Wow.
Right.
That was huge. And at first I went, I don't know about that one.
Nah.
But I'll tell you what, nailed it.
Happy you did it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because those are the kind of people you bring in here.
Yeah.
Royalty.
I had just met him, and he was going through some stuff, and now he's doing just about all that marketing for me.
Yes.
He's doing, he does all my shirts, my hats, my branded everything with the logo.
Yes.
I mean, now it's all branded.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so when you come out of the box, if you're going to do like a retail business, that's what you got to do.
Right.
You got to brand it.
Brand it. Brand yourself.
Who are you and what are you trying to do?
Right.
What's your game? What's your,
Mm-hmm.
I love cigars.
Right.
And I want to treat people like they've never been treated before coming
That's
into
it.
a cigar shop. And Dan, that's actually when we sat down, he goes, "Tell me a little about some stuff.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on."
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget what he did. He goes, "All right, let me. I'll get back to you in about a week or two, and I'll let you know." You know how he said he does stuff? He drives, and all of a sudden it'll just hit him. I go, "All right, that's great," because he's in the car, no one's bothering him, and that's when Castles was born.
Perfect.
Pretty wild.
Yes. And he is the example that I have as well for networking. He got me my first client for the videography business that I have started up here.
Cool.
Just absolutely wonderful. And she's a wonderful person. So I know you're watching here. Thank you so much. And I appreciate your business as well as I want to take care of you. Whatever you need, let me know. I'll get it done.
That's how
And
it
Dan,
works.
absolutely amazing. I want to have him on the podcast. He said he'll do it.
That's good.
We just need to get a date settled from him. Maybe next month. We'll see.
We got. That's why we like to do it monthly. It gives us time to,
Right.
get things together. Because I just don't want to just give you
Throw
senseless
stuff out, and then
You know,
the problem with social media, especially if you're on a consistent pattern of throwing a bunch of stuff out all the time, you're gonna miss something.
yeah,
Somebody's gonna miss something. Well, a month ago they did this. A month ago before that they did this, and that's how you know our brand. We do month after month after month, and I'm gonna put these out once a month now. We have a TikTok now, so that's gonna be a little bit more fast-paced because that's how the algorithm likes it. We'll play that game. I'm fine
you
with
know
it.
that. I told you
Yeah.
he's a techie guy, man.
I,
Thank God I got him because I don't.
I've never been happier that we do this month to month because now that I'm chopping up clips for TikTok, I'm like, oh man, this is going to take forever. I spend a solid probably 30 hours, 40 hours a week just chopping up different bits and putting things together, just making sure that this looks good, this works well, because we have an audience now. We have people that rely on us, that come back to us every single month. So thank you. Almost at 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is absolutely insane
Thank
to me.
you.
Thank you guys so much for that. We are pushing numbers, but I don't care about numbers. I care about the one or two people that comment below. I care about the people who are avidly watching and saying, hey, have you checked out Cigars at the Castle podcast? Telling your friends about us. Thank you guys so much about that. It's just absolutely amazing how fast we are just growing.
Yeah, it's speechless sometimes.
So much.
It's just so much great stuff.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah. And you actually just had a phone call with one of my close friends today, just giving him some advice, and he's getting motivated to really start that business.
Yep.
And he's going to be coming in either next Wednesday or the Wednesday after to talk to you.
And it was a
He's gonna-
5-minute phone call.
Yeah.
Changed his life in 5 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, because he got the right information.
Right. He was feeling a little, should I do this? I want to do this. I really do. You got on the phone with him. He's like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
You know?
All doubts just gone. We're doing this right now. He's like, if I can call him right now, I'll do it right now.
You know, and when Mustafa mentioned about the podcast, I said that I think that's really good because at the jewelry store, we did start up Facebook Live.
Right. Okay.
And at first, okay, I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. You know, you have your doubts. I go, now I got to go back and I got to be on TV or this or that, right?
Right.
I'm going to tell you something. Unbelievable. We do it every Monday at 12 o'clock. Sometimes we might run a little behind because either, you know, I might have some customers in the store or something's going on. I had one of my customers come in today, and thank you very much. Eventually you'll see this podcast. She came in today and got 3 great deals from what we did on the podcast, on the Facebook
Beautiful.
Live.
Absolutely
So
beautiful.
you know it works. You consistent.
Yes.
You know, there's weeks that we did it. You know, maybe it wasn't the right stuff that we put on or whatever we did.
Maybe people were just busy.
Right. Or they were just busy. But now, you know, you can go back and watch it.
Yes.
That's the beauty part of it.
Yes.
You know.
It's not live TV anymore. You know, if you missed it, you missed it. Right?
Yeah.
Like what is it? Not Saturday Night Live. The old talk shows they used to have at nighttime. Right? If you
Johnny
missed it,
Carson
you missed it.
or someone like that.
Right. You know, hey, did you see what happened on Carson?
Oh, he was the best, Johnny Carson. Oh my God. I remember we used to wear the hat up there, and boy, those were the good days with that stuff. But, yeah, but now you can just go back and
Right.
see it any time on your, you know, if you're just sitting, you come in and you have you have a cigar and you just sit in the corner over there or whatever you want to do.
Right.
You can just do what you want.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And I was talking to somebody who I work with in my day job. Again, thank you to my day job for staying completely, you know, separate from me, out of my business, and don't mind what I do. But I was talking to somebody in my day job today, one of my clients that I have there, and he's like, you know, I'm thinking about doing this podcast. And I was like, you know, I have a podcast. He's like, really? What is it? I'm telling him, explaining where to go for it. He's like, I'm going to watch that tonight. Sure enough, 3 or 4 days later, he calls me up. He says, I just watched all the episodes of your podcast. I think it's pretty good. I'm like, okay.
There you go.
Right? And you can just go back, watch what you didn't see, come to where we are right now.
And you just networked.
Yes, network.
How easy was that?
Took me 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. I'm a
10
completely different animal than when I was here 6 months ago.
Absolutely.
Like, I watched some of the old podcasts. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, hey, Rick, what do you think about business?
now we're there. You know?
Right.
All right, what do we got? What else we got?
So next
we like
up,
to keep moving along a little bit.
yes, we got to keep it going. We're going to go into, well, I need help with a business plan.
What do you got?
So we have the vending machine business. I showed you the paperwork that I have for that. I'm actually going to put that, cross out my name, cross out my number, you know, certain things like that. But I'm going to show you exactly what I gave to every single laundromat owner in this area, which was about 50 of them. I drove all around tri-state area, and I gave them pieces of paper. You know, I handed it to the owners, or I handed it to the associates that were there to give to the owners, or I left it in mailboxes. I'm not getting any responses back. Now, I know it's always polite in just a normal way to say, hey, you know, they said no, or they just didn't respond, so that means no. But do I give them the same paperwork again? Do I change the wording on it? Or is there another approach that I'm missing?
I think you just got to go back in and talk to them again.
Talk to them again.
Face to face.
Okay.
Make an appointment.
Okay. All right.
Call and make an appointment. You know, I get a lot of cold calls, you know, at my other business.
Right.
You know, all of a sudden they just come walking in. And what am I going to do?
Right.
I might have 3 appointments that day or whatever. You know, again, that goes back to stay on it till you get that firm no. All
Okay.
right? You know, can't give up. There's no giving up here.
Right.
You
So
know?
until you hear the word no,
Correct.
assume that they just didn't see it.
From the horse's mouth.
Got it. Okay.
From the horse's mouth. When I do business, I just opened up a new cigar line coming in.
Okay.
And I tried the channels first, you know, try to go through the channels.
Right.
Really wasn't getting anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
right? I said, what's the owner's number?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
Within 10 minutes, all that stuff will be here. this week.
Done.
Done.
That's
Okay.
beautiful.
All right. So stay on it.
Yes.
Got to talk to the owners. You come talk to me anytime, either place. Call for an appointment. Cold calls are tough. They're very tough because then you get shot down. Then you get some negativity in yourself
Right.
instead of the positive because you're going to get shut down a lot.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
I expect out of the 50 people, 49 to say no. I expect maybe even 50 say no. Then I branch out. I find a different distribution to put that in.
Correct. There's whatever's out there. You just got to keep open in your mind.
Right.
And
right.
then, maybe again, you go back to Dan
Mm-hmm.
and say, Dan, look, I got this going on and I really got to get this out there. What do you think?
Right.
And that's part of him networking in here.
Yes.
But yeah, going to the owner, done. I had another, in my other business, I went to this one gentleman. He's my number one supplier. We go smoke cigars when I go see him. We go to dinner and have a cigar. Whatever I want, it's done, face to face,
Right.
with a handshake.
Yes.
Okay, because a lot of people, they get burned.
Mm.
A lot of these vendors today, they get burned. They get this and that.
Right.
You got to keep your word. Keep your word.
100%.
And,
100%.
just keep going till you actually are sitting there with him face to face, and he's being honest with you, saying, "No, I don't think it's for me."
Right.
Okay.
Perfect.
Now you cross it off your list,
Mm-hmm.
and then you move on to the next one, and that's it. It's that simple.
Right.
Yep.
Look at that. I have an issue with my business strategy. Bring it to Rick. Bounce it off of somebody else's head. Get some information. Take it back. Revamp the strategy. Try again.
That's it.
Doesn't work. Bring it back. Try again.
Gotta
Have
keep
to
trying.
keep trying. And I learned that the hardest way with one of my biggest money-making business is affiliate marketing. It is the absolute, it's torture. You will go through 500 to 600 products and thousands of dollars of marketing before you get one or two products that actually sell. I was in the hole for a long time in affiliate marketing, trusting all these gurus. Oh, you can do this. Just ask your friends to post it on their stories and things like. No. There's a strategy to it. And if you have questions about that strategy, you can ask me on the email. You can send it down there in the comments below. Ask any questions that you have, not just about affiliate marketing, any kind of business. And I will gladly help you out. Rick will gladly help you out. Any questions that you have, put them down there.
Perfect.
Right down there. Now, let's get on to these questions. Question number 1. Can you go more in depth on the list? So I'm assuming that question means they want to know more about what's on your list. Like, how do you
Okay.
start it? What do you go through?
There was a friend of mine who always looked up to him, and he was always a go-getter. He works for a company. He always made a list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the list of what are you going to do that day? Okay, and then what are you going to do for the week? That's pretty much. I mean, I have my monthly calendar. I have a monthly calendar.
Right.
I log everything on my monthly calendar
Mm-hmm.
because this way it's out of here and it's on paper. It gives me more room because I don't have a lot of room in my head, okay? So I got to put it on paper so I can bring more information in.
Right.
So on that list, what are you going to do that day to move it forward?
All right.
I'm going to make 5 phone calls today.
Okay.
I'm going to contact 4 people today. I have to go to dinner tonight at 7 o'clock. Anything.
Right.
Get used to putting stuff on that list. Then you catch a lot more than what you don't. Because I used to say, "Oh, I'll remember. I got this.
Yes.
You forget.
Right.
You forget.
Mm-hmm.
And then a day or two goes by, and then you missed an opportunity.
Yes.
So that list, whatever you put on that list, put something on that list every day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, to groom yourself into it.
Okay. Yes.
Simple as I looked around the business here and I said, I need a new cornhole bags.
Right.
Right, that was on my list. I'm finishing up my other lotto thing.
Right.
Okay, on my list, and everything stays on that list till it's done.
Perfect.
Okay, everything stays on that list till it's done.
Yes.
And then if I'm not taking it off that list quick enough, that means I'm slacking.
Mm.
Okay, that means I'm not staying focused.
And I'll add on to that, with that side list that you have there, all the things that you need to do, right? And do you make that for a week? Do you make that for a month?
I do a month.
You do a month. Okay,
I
so
do
you
a
have a
month.
month. You say, in this month, I need to do X, Y, and Z.
You know, for the new people who are starting up, start
Yes.
like that. I gotta be honest with you.
Yes.
I already have my list done till December. I do. It's already both businesses.
Perfect.
They're already. I got everything logged. I
Mhm.
got everything what I need to do to get done
Right.
to Christmas, both places.
Yes.
You know,
Mhm.
and how I'm going to execute to get everything done, so it's an easier thing.
Yeah. It just goes through nice and smooth.
You know, if you think you can keep it all up here, trust me.
You're wrong.
I tried it.
You're wrong.
It doesn't work. You're going to struggle.
Yes. Yes.
You know.
And I'll add on to that with my version of the list. The way that I interpret it and the way that I do it every day. Again, this isn't for everybody. I'm just a little bit of a psychopath when it comes to this. I literally go 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. sleep, right? 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. workout, breakfast, shower. 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. work. 12 p.m. lunch. 5 p.m. workout. 6 p.m. this, 7 p.m. that, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 a.m. Boom. I go down every single hour, and then I'll have that monthly calendar of things that I need to do, and I'll say, I have time today, I need to put that in there. Boom. That goes in that slot.
Well, let me tell you something about that.
Yeah.
That is over the top AAA game right there. I'm okay with that, but that is, you learn that stuff here.
Yes.
That's incredible.
I had to.
That's
It's just,
that's called being accountable
mm,
right there.
right.
Accountable of your actions and what you do.
Yes.
You can't beat that.
And that's what I learned from you. I'm just watching you do this every single day, nonstop. You have it.
You know, I think I said it before, and I'll say it again, but there's 8,760 hours in a year.
That's right.
Use them wisely,
That's right.
you know.
Yes.
Use them wisely.
Yes.
You know, I love that because I did a lot of meetings in this other place, and I used to say that, and people looked at me and they went, "How do you know that?" Then all of a sudden, right, I see them on their phone doing the calculator, going, "You're right. There's 8,760 hours in a year." I go, "Yeah,
Yeah.
because,
Exactly.
You know, no one's perfect.
Right.
No one's perfect. But
Not at all.
again, if you hold yourself to that list,
Mm-hmm.
to somewhat of accountability,
Yes.
watch it grow.
Absolutely.
And other people see that you're being accountable,
Right.
and they like that. People like consistency.
Right. Right.
They like that consistency.
Yes.
Just nice. Just keep it consistent.
Mhm.
There'll be times in your business you'll see it like this, and then sometimes you might see it level.
Right.
We never want to see it go this way.
No.
If it's going this way, then we got to make changes.
We need to talk.
But as long as we're staying consistent,
Yes.
we'll be okay.
Right. There's going to be some dips.
Absolutely.
There's going to be some dips.
Business. And that's when you make the phone call.
Yes. Absolutely.
Make the phone call.
Or I come in and I have a conversation.
I
I came in and talked to you probably 3 or 4 months ago. I told you I had a terrible experience. I dropped a lot of money trying to get a product off the ground, and it just did not work. And it hurt. But came in, talked to you, went over a couple of different things, different options, got it back to a consistent pace.
There you go. That's simple.
Yes. Ask the
List.
questions.
What else we got?
Lists.
Because I like to keep it.
Yes.
We're a
Just
little
about.
over, but we're getting there.
Yep.
All right.
Got a couple questions left. Next one is, what made Rick want to do a podcast?
Well, again, it was all you.
Hmm.
You know, I knew from doing the Facebook Live
Right.
that there was something there because that did work. And now there were some weeks like all of a sudden I said, geez, we're not really selling anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I said, geez, I wonder if anybody's watching anymore.
Right.
So you start doubting yourself, right?
Right.
But if you go back and you look at all the Facebook Lives and
Mm-hmm.
everything that happened, it's working.
Yes.
You just have to be patient.
Yes.
You have to be patient. You have to be very patient.
Very patient.
So when you mentioned the podcast and how you wanted to do it and everything, I said, let's throw some more spaghetti on the wall.
Let's see what happens.
Let's throw it out there because
Yeah.
I wonder if we never did this.
Right.
We'd be sitting around,
Mm-hmm.
not growing,
Right.
not expanding,
Mm-hmm.
not thinking.
Right.
We would just become mush,
Yes.
and that's not good.
No.
You know,
My skills would have died as an editor.
you get out of your skin. Once you feel that you're feeling a little uncomfortable, you're doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not.
When
When
I'm
you
up
get
at,
too comfortable,
then it's a problem.
then
Yeah. When I'm up at 10:30, about to go on to 11:30, and I see that I have a post scheduled for 2 a.m. the next day, I'm like, I need to get on it. Why did I take X, Y, and Z time off? I need to start doing this, this, and this. Get back on my list.
there you
I
go.
just stay consistent.
So with
Yeah.
the podcast, I knew we're going to try it because I had all the confidence in what Mustafa was talking about. I knew he knew what he was doing, and so I knew it would be successful.
Yes.
And now we just stay consistent with it.
That's right.
You know,
We pop in every single month.
every month we're going to be here.
Yep.
You know, so
Yes.
all right.
Next question. Ask Rick about the fishing story.
Now, who was that?
That was-
Was that my buddy Dave?
It was.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
I
it
knew it was him. I knew it was him. You know, and I'll tell you, man. You know, going back into when you were a teenager to your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I'm in my 60s now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you look back, and these people that you cultivated back then are still around today. Why is that? Why is that? Because you got something great to offer.
Yes.
You know, you got friendship, and then friendship grew into business.
Yes.
Okay, you know the fishing story might, we used to go. I grew up poor. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but we grew up with a lot of great people that cared.
Yes.
Okay, so this particular gentleman actually was dating my sister, and we were in a rowboat.
Okay.
A rowboat, and my father, God rest his soul,
Mm-hmm.
he was a big man. Okay, he used to get in the boat. He'd have to get on his knees, get in the boat, right? And then Dave would sit in the front. I would sit in the back and control the motor. Now we had I think it was a 10-horse motor,
Yeah.
one of those handles. That's what my father could afford at the time, right? But before he would row, he'd row the whole freaking lake, right? That's how much we love fishing.
Yeah.
And we'd be out there 5 a.m. Then that night we'd get back out there at 7, right? But what we do is, all of a sudden Dave would be sitting in the front of the boat and he'd give you one of these things, and I'd go, "What are you talking? What's this?" Right? What I did is I took the motorboat and I went real quick, and the boat would go like that, and my father would go, "Oh, hey, what are you doing?" Right? We had so much fun. All right, and my father would get in the boat and he'd go, "Okay, keep it clean." Right? But Dave, again, we've known each other, I don't know, since I was 12, 50 years, 40, or whatever it is.
Wow.
So, so that's the fishing story. Thanks for that, Dave. You had to bring that out there. But
Thanks, Dave.
But that's fun.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
fun. We were all growing up, and now that we're all here at the castle, and we can share all these stories, and Dave he runs his own business.
Yeah.
Dave's been running his own business since he's been 18. 18. Now that's something to be commended on. When I was 18, forget about it. 18, what? Right?
I wasn't.
So, you ever get a chance to talk with him about some business,
Yeah.
boy, take that experience,
Right. Yeah.
Take that, and again, all these people from Peter and Mario and all these guys, boy, they're just full of knowledge.
Yes.
All you got to do is take a little bit of time out, light up a stick, and watch what happens.
Yes.
So
You'll find out something brand new.
you're gonna find out something good.
Oh yeah.
I can't stop laughing here. It's great.
It's fantastic. It's always a good time when I come
It's
into the
always
castle.
a good time.
Yes.
So all right, what else we
All
got?
right. Last question we have here. This is actually a really deep question. How do you train an employee to have the same passion about your business that you do?
Well, I think, that is a tough one. I mean, they're never going to be you.
Right.
You
You
know,
just accept that the moment that you start your business, nobody's going to love it as much as you will.
nobody will. But what you can do is you just got to stay with them. If you see them doing this and that, that's being assertive. If you want your business to grow, they have to grow with you, with the business.
Right.
So they're never going to probably have that internal clock that we have, like
Right.
your list,
Mhm.
and this internal clock that I have,
Mm-hmm.
right? But you got to love what you do.
Yes.
So anybody new, when I'm interviewing people, I know right away whether you got it or not.
Right.
If I think you got it, then I'm going to pull it out of you.
Yes.
I'm going in. We're going in
Yes.
because I want you to succeed.
Right. Right.
You came in for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's make it grow.
Right. Right.
You know,
And it's getting that employee buy-in as well.
You
It's
know-
not this corporate nonsense where they're like, "Oh man, you've been here for 5 years. We're so happy. Here's a pen and a pizza party." That
Yay.
is the quickest way to get somebody to quit their job. Throw a pizza party.
Yeah, that's not good. you know,
That $50 you just spent on pizza for the company, you could have just put in their paychecks.
I had I've tried 4 people to do certain things, and they just never finished.
Right.
But I started out with some small stuff to see first
Mm-hmm.
before I brought them to other levels, because I'm not going to go all the way in. Show me what you got, and then we're going to go. This person I interviewed, right? You know what their first question was?
What's that?
How much you paying me an hour?
Okay.
I don't even know what you can do yet. I don't even know
It's like,
what you can
that'll
do.
be decided based on your
So
skills.
right there, as soon as that first question comes out, I go, they're
Right.
only here for the money.
Right.
Okay. Which we all have to make money.
Yes.
That's how we.
We have bills to pay.
We have
Everybody
bills
has
to pay.
bills to pay.
But to be successful, there were a lot of business owners I followed. I watched them. I watched what they did. Okay. Especially, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I watched them.
Mm-hmm.
And what did they do? They made lists. They made lists.
Yes.
And then what happened, they saw something in me and brought me a little at a time,
Right.
because they knew I had the passion,
Right.
okay?
Yes.
And so then that's how I grew.
Yes.
I followed their lead. Find that business owner who you can shadow.
Mm-hmm.
It's called shadowing.
Yes.
When I train people, like follow me.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to you got to be my shadow.
Right.
Like especially in the jewelry store, when I had in the store back in 05, 06,
Mm-hmm.
I had to put people on,
Mm.
and I would say, if I'm over here and I'm waiting on a customer, I want you to stand right kind of away over here, but listen to everything that I'm saying.
Yes.
That's how you're going to learn.
Right.
You're not going to learn if you're over there
Right. Playing on your phone.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so shadow the owner.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's how you're going to get everything.
Right.
To because if one day if you want to be an owner, how are you going to be an owner if you don't know how to be one?
That's it.
A lot of people go, "Oh, I want to run my own business." Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Right.
I've heard that 100 times through people,
Mm.
and I got to tell you, I got one who's really all in right here to the left of me,
Mm-hmm.
right of me. left,
whatever,
right.
whatever.
So I'm on the other side.
That side.
But anyway, he took that information and he ran with it.
Yes.
He's shadowing me.
Yes.
Okay. And I shadow a lot of people in here.
Right.
They don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do. That's how I get my information.
Right. I just sit down next to Brian a lot of times, and I'm just like, "Go ahead,
Yeah,
I'll
go.
wait. Yep.
You know,
I'll just
'cause
watch."
He's going to give you knowledge that you'll never get anywhere. You know, shadow these owners.
Yes.
That's the best advice I can give you. That's how I
Yes.
learned.
Now,
You know?
so this is, pertaining to a business owner that's probably hiring a new employee.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the quick answer is you're never going to find anybody that has the same passion for you about your business that you do, because it's your business. You love it. It's your baby. It's your child. Someone else can love your child, but they're never going to love it the way that you love your child. I think the better question here would be, how do you train your employees to buy in, or to have that incentive to want to get better, to want to, grow with you? And I think the best answer would be, give them something to look at. Like, hey, look, give them a behind the scenes look every now and then. Like,
And
this
do,
is what
yeah.
we're doing.
This is how, if we're going to get here, this
Right.
is how we're going to do it.
Yes.
In fact, I just did that yesterday with somebody in here.
Did you? Okay.
I did. I sat down. I said, look, you know what? I get really busy in here sometimes, and I'm doing this, but this is our time right here.
Right.
So he took his iPad, put it down,
Mm-hmm.
and had full attention.
Yes.
Okay. And I said, this is the game plan for now till December.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I said, look, I know you don't make a list, but here's your list,
Mm-hmm.
and have this. I want you to start making your list.
Right.
You know. And that's
It's
and then
that's perfect.
if I see how they're doing that, then I know that they're more all in than just wasting time.
Mm.
You know, because I want them to grow. If they don't grow, I don't grow.
Right.
Not going to happen.
Right. A chain's only as strong as its weakest link.
It's right. You know, I had someone who was going to come in tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna text them yesterday and say, "Are we still on for tomorrow night?"
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, and I didn't do it because I want to see how much you really want it.
Yes.
They didn't show.
Mm.
They don't want it.
Right.
Okay. Boom. Next, I know what I got to do next. I gotta find another one.
Right.
All right. That's what I'm gonna do.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Right. That actually goes back to the business plan that you're making there with me. I'm not calling these business owners every single day until I get a hard no. I'm just waiting for someone to call me back on a piece of paper I dropped off. I like that. I like that. It all comes together. That toolbox opened up. I pulled it out. Got it.
There you go. I'd rather have a no than just out in the abyss.
Mm.
You know, 30 years in the other business, you learn to be a little more assertive
Yes.
in a professional business manner,
Right. Right.
you know. And it takes time to groom your words to,
Mhm.
and that's where, you know, I think at one time in one podcast I said, practice in the mirror.
Yes. Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
We talked about that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, write down your script, how you want to say it.
Right.
And then look in the mirror and say, how do you look to that person? Because if you're just babbling on or this or that, you know, because believe me, I had a lot of babblers in all these years, and I would just sit there and go,
Uh-huh.
okay, all right.
Right.
I'll listen to everything
Mm-hmm.
because there might be all of a sudden something good comes out of it, and I say, okay, I think we got something, and we'll give it a run.
Right. Yeah.
So I never diss anything, but
Right.
I'd rather,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'd rather have a hard no than
Yes.
not no.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. And I love that because, again, that presentation, I'm terrible, and I've slowly gotten better with presenting things in a more assertive manner to people that I want to do business with.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, do you want to do this with me? And then I change it up to, hey, how can I help you with your business? Can this help? Does this work for you? To evolving into what works for both of us. Okay, I see a flaw here. I can insert myself to this for you, and I can help bring you another 30,000, 40,000 this year. How's that sound?
That's called business partnership.
Yes.
As one person said, you got skin in the game.
Yes. Yes.
Okay?
Hmm.
You go like this,
Right.
you know, especially here in the beginning. Even though I had all those years, I was still new here.
Mm.
And at first they were like, well, Rick, I don't know if we can do this or this or that. I go, well, look, well, then let's do it this way.
Hmm.
Because then I think, if you're a little worried, and I'm not worried at all, but if you're a little worried, we'll start a little slow, we'll do this and this and that. And now I have anything I want
Yes.
because you proved yourself,
Hmm.
you kept your word,
Yes.
and you both had skin in the game.
Yes.
So,
And again, all the future business owners out there, you can do it. We know you can do it. Break out of your shell. Like Rick was saying here, practice in the mirror. Once you've gotten it down in the mirror, invite 2 or 3 of your friends over to your house. This is a great story. I'll end with this. Somebody, I forget who I was listening to, but somebody said they invited a couple of people over for a business meeting to their house. They set out 6 chairs, and they had a presentation. They had a whiteboard behind them. Nobody showed up. You know what they did? They put stuffed animals in all of those chairs.
Perfect.
And still did the presentation.
there you go. Practice makes perfect.
Practice. Do not give up because you got to know 1 time. You got to know 20 times. You got to know 50 times. Don't give up. You got to know 100 times. 101 might be yes. And that's all you need to keep going. Once you get the first yes, gone.
Got breaking the
Gone.
ice.
That's it.
I remember real quick too was when I remember being in, because all this came back real quick now. I remember being in high school, and we had to do public speaking.
Yes. Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Oh my! Right? It was my turn the next day
Mm-hmm.
that I had to do public speaking. I don't think I slept a wink. Right? And I had to get up in front of all these people.
Yep.
Right? And speak on this topic that they give you to do.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being up in front of that room. Oh my, it's the most uncomfortable feeling ever.
Yes.
But here we are today,
Right.
all this time, because it takes time.
Yes.
But the more you do it, the quicker you'll get there.
Yes. 100%.
The quicker you'll get there.
100%.
Then you could be just as nuts as us.
Yeah. It'll be a little crazy.
It's
It's
a little
fine.
crazy. Crazy's all right. It's a crazy good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Can't be normal and run a business. This doesn't work. No.
No. You got to have fun. We have a lot of fun here, so.
Of course.
Is
Yep.
that
That's the
everything
end of
we
the
got?
list.
Good. Well, see, we completed our list.
Yes.
We can't thank you enough
Mm.
for taking your time out
Yes.
to watch this. And anything that you have that makes us better, let us know.
That's right.
I love good criticism, bad criticism,
Yes.
anything, because that's what we need to hear
Right.
to make us better
Yeah.
in the podcast.
Yes. Hey, you don't like the
know?
way the background looks. You don't like the angle of the camera. You don't like how close the mic is. You don't like how far the mic
Is that
is.
close now?
Yeah, right?
But,
Give us any kind of feedback. We will take it. You don't like the way that the Instagram posts are coming out, the TikTok. TikTok's brand new. I'm working on it.
He's working
But
on it.
give me advice. I will take any and all advice right now when it comes to TikTok. Music that I need to put behind the videos, hashtags that I need to use in the videos, any and all advice, please. Cigarsatthecastle.com, Cigars at the Castle on Instagram, Cigars at the Castle on TikTok. What is it? Castle Cigar Podcast at gmail.com, or always on YouTube and Spotify, Cigars at the Castle.
A lot of castle.
A lot of castle.
A lot of
A
castle.
lot of castles.
I'm hoping next month that we talked about possibly doing it this month, but next month we might have a new way of kind of doing things. We're going to give it a shot.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to see how that works. So stay tuned to that, because this could be really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
We'll see if it works, but I'm going to really work on it, because we got a little time to work on it for next month.
Right.
And so we're gonna try to make that happen. So stay tuned for that one.
Stay tuned.
That'll be a fun one.
Yes.
So
Rick,
always a pleasure.
always a pleasure.
You know that. Always a pleasure. Here we are, Castle, 2666 Hamburg Street. Anything you need, we're here.
We're here.
Keep smoking. It's a great business, great networking. I can't say enough. Keep it simple.
That's it.
All right.
We'll see you guys next month.
next month.
My appetite, don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of bird.